Alright, welcome to this episode of my playthrough of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. We have run into Lambert in Novigrad, and he's asked for help exacting revenge on the murder of one of his friends, Aiden, who was a Witcher from the Cat School, who was assassinated, and he's asked us for help. Our next step is to go to Skellige and try and find Hammond, for further clues as to the leader of the group of assassins that killed Aiden. I don't particularly feel like heading to Skellige right now, so let's see what we're going to do next, okay?
Mom? Where are you?
So it's actually just sending me to this signpost. Instead of going to Pharaoh, I am going to follow Pyres of Novigrad and visit Triss in her house.
That mug's bright.
Hello, Roach.
Move it!
So that plum under your eye, who gave you that? Redaniel soul.
Ah!
Oh!
There's a exclamation point here, so somebody's got a quest for me.
Stand and fight!
You again? Want some more? Bruises on your ass heel already?
On God, I say! Victory will be mine this time. I've practiced with shield and sword. Many a headless scarecrow round here. Heed my warning and stand and fight!
This is the guy who last approached us outside of Crow's Perch in Velen, wanting to fight 100 knights for the honor of some lady, and we promptly trounced him.
Don't have time to give you another lesson.
'Tis I shall give thee the lesson.
You'll never learn. Had enough?
Yes, but next time.
Go back to Mate Bilberry and apologize for being an ass. Quick, before I change my mind and break your bones.
We shall meet again.
Yeah, that's about how it went last time too. Though he has leveled up since then. He was level 9 this time.
Oi! Sick of it.
Alright, so before we enter this gate, I'm just gonna get off of Roach.
Every time you turn around, there's more scum.
Serve the eternal fire.
It gave me a new marker. I thought I'd got most of these markers. Which entrance is this? Turns out it is one that I've never been to. Alright.
Armed ruffians in town. Scandalous. Like dung that flows to the sewers.
Another exclamation point here.
Here crawls a witcher. The corpse-like visage, the beastly eyes. This is magic that's made a mongrel of a man.
You're just gonna stand there and insult me? Okay.
Got the courage to repeat that slander to my face?
Readily. You are a mutant. A freak. A useless relic of a bygone age that should be burned like a withered branch.
How many people's lives have you saved? From Brooksay? From Leshens?
That has no bearing.
Asked you a question. How many? There's something to think about, folks.
Preacher's fierce in the mouth, but holler at him and his tail slinks between his legs. Come on, people. You're a fierce one, but with fairness in your eyes.
That was all bark and no bite.
The thinking customer will see what best feels the sun.
The smell's gone in a flash.
Well, she was in a rush. Must have left something.
And what of it? This place has been picked through.
Well, I'm really curious about Triss because I've heard so much about her. But on top of that, it looks like there's a bunch of stuff scattered around outside and a couple thugs talking about picking through her things. So this should get interesting.
Hey, sod off. We're looting here.
Not here for the loot. Interested in the sorcerers who lived here.
And we're supposed to believe that.
Yeah.
Most likely hiding in some rat trap with the rest of them.
Who's she hiding from?
Temple Guard's cracking down. All mages are fair game.
Yeah, they round them up like rats.
Someone's gotta know more.
I'd look for her in the Putrid Grove.
Putrid Grove. Interesting, as names go.
A hive of scum and freakery if there ever was one. No decent folk show their hides there.
That why you think I should look for my friend there?
I meant no offence.
Putrid Grove. Where is it?
I wouldn't know. Rumour has it, it's a place for freaks and oddities.
You'd fit in well there.
Maybe. Thing is, gotta know how to get there.
They say you've got to get there through the sewers, but you've got to enter them outside of town. Few know where exactly, though.
Ask a beggar. Or spot yourself a thief, follow him. Beggars and thieves gotta pay tribute to the king of beggars. Word is, they do it in the grove.
Mean to say the local beggars have a king? Crown, scepter, and all that?
Wouldn't scoff, mate. King of beggars, it's a moniker. Yeah, for a man who everyone in Novigrad respects deeply.
And watch yourself. Menger himself don't even go to the grove.
Someone call for me. Wonder why.
It's Menger.
Temple Guard.
Thieving vermin to the confession chamber.
What, but sir, what's the offence? This is some sorcerer's bitchy shop.
Think that gives you the right to steal her property?
Well, sorcerers, mages of all types are outlaws.
But by law, the temple guard takes possession of their belongings, and the rule of law still holds in Novigrad. You know a bat can sniff out a moth a mile away.
That was an interesting glitch for the guard there.
Got nothing to do with their sense of smell. It's about their hearing.
Well, well. Man knows his bats. Here I thought you only cared about monsters. And as bats sense moths, so I sense freaks. And start by warning them, Novigrad's no place for your kind.
Heard Novigrad was no place for mages. Now you're telling me it's no place for witchers. So who's it a place for?
Righteous folk professing the one true faith in the eternal fire. Nothing I can do to you now, but just know that I know you're here. One misstep, one error, you'll make a mistake, it's inevitable. I'll be the first to learn of it, and when I do, it'll be standard procedure, like for every magic oddity who dares taint this city's air. Be seeing you.
Well, that's interesting. So I've got a couple objectives right now. Look for thieves on the main square and carefully follow them, or talk with beggars about the King of Beggars. Conjuration of the Spheres. Scholars have many vices. Possibly the worst among them is a tendency to describe the simple in unnecessarily complex terms, to dress the plain in the garb of false learning. The conjunction of the spheres might serve as an excellent example of this. This name, so mysterious to a common ears, could be replaced with a much simpler alternative: when the worlds collided. The phenomenon itself can also be explained in terms simple enough for a child to understand. Imagine, dear reader, that our world is a ship sailing on a great sea. From its deck we can see other distant vessels. Those are the stars. These vessels each bear their own goods and their own crews. They usually pass us at some distance, barely visible specks, even viewed through a spyglass. Once every few thousand years, however, a storm breaks above this cosmic sea, a storm so strong it tosses the ships towards one another, making them sail cheek by jowl. Part of the crew of one ship can, at such times, move to the other, and some of the cargo from one ship's hold can spill onto a neighboring vessel. When the weather calms, the ships separate once again and sail their separate, invariably different ways. These so-called post-conjuration beings, namely monsters such as ghouls and basilisks, are precisely such passengers from another vessel, and we humans are castaways, flung against our will from somewhere far away onto a world previously inhabited by the elder races. Once here, we learned the arcane mysteries of magic unbeknownst to us before. Could the worlds collide once more? Perhaps. Can this cataclysm be avoided, or the opposite, hastened? Some scholars believe there are beings who have mastered this skill, who possess rare genes, allow which some to seize the helm of our vessel and steer us to safer waters or to their doom, or to our doom. Pardon me. Iron Ore Journeyman's Weapon Repair Kit, Diagram Assault Gauntlets, Northern Wind Manuscript Page, Gnomish Guir, and Sapper's Trousers, and Cured Leather, and Twine, and Florins. Wow, all kinds of stuff. Alright. I'm also going to take a quick look inside. His Imperial Majesty Emhirvar Emrys. I believe... Yes, I've read this way, way, way back, but I have read that before.
Hairbrush. Only ever known Triss to use one like this.
My Evening with a Vampire. I believe I've read this one before. Yes, I've read that one before. Dried fruit and a vial. Grapes and dried fruit.
Herbs, roots. Triss turned to healing?
Let's take a look upstairs and see what we find. Brother Adelbert's Bestiary. Each beast herein described in two manners ye may hunt. Either seek ye tracks, follow, and strike the foulness wherever in its wild ye find it, or lure it to a chosen place and engage it there in advantageous battle. The latter poses less risk, for the hunter exposes no chance for an unexpected fight. Note, however, that to lure a beast into a trap, first its tastes and behaviors ye must know. As for forktails, bait them thusly. Pound a stake in the soil, Bind a goat to it, then hide ye in near to the shrubbery post-haste. The beast, lured by the caprine odour, will without fail soon come. If it is a griffin ye seek to slay, take ye buckthorn from deep water. The mighty stench of this herb is to griffins like fresh roasted meat of the primest sort, and so come they will forthwith, though far away they might be. Turning to drowners and water hags, it is known to all and sundry that fish and rotting mollusks are their loves, and as for trolls, common hooch is their weakness. Haha.
Amulets are emanating magic. Gotta be Triss's. She was allergic to potions.
Really? Witcher signs. As a mule, neither ass nor horse, though it has traits of both, so are witchers neither mages nor common men. Witchers are able to cast simple spells they call signs, drawing on the basics of telekinesis, ard, pyrokinesis, igni, hypnosis, axi, and so on. They are not, however, capable of utilizing more complex spells. Indeed, they treat real magic with reserve and distrust. Widespread in their ranks is an irrational, nigh on to superstitious fear of teleportation. Let me remind you that deadly accidents during translocational travel occur only once per 100 instances of such travel. This aversion surely stems from the fact that witchers do not possess inborn magic talents, but instead gain them during their infamous trial of the grasses. It can thus be said that their casting spells is an affront to nature, as is in fact everything witchers do. Lovely. Looks like there is yet another level up, floor up. This looks like Triss's bedchamber.
Triss's. Never knew her to drop them on the floor.
Another copy of Witcher Signs. But this one over here is sparkling, so must be important. Witcher is not quite the devils you thought, which is, I think, one that I have... Yes, I've read that one.
The Rose of Remembrance. All dried up.
I get the feeling that means something. Probably you would have had to have played the other games first. Item needed to complete a quest. And it's just... It's there, alright. Let's head out and find a beggar to talk to them about the King of Beggars.
Oh, deepest apologies, Governor. Fetch some metal, you wretch. I've been robbed! Thief!
Wouldn't be so pale if you ate onions and oil.
Looking wobbly. Need some overripe sheep's feet.
Take pity on me, misery, good folk, and aid a man crippled by misfortune.
Word is, nothing's free in Novigrad.
Oh, another one come bursting with questions. Now, where do you folk gain the idea we beggars know everything? I need to see this, and I need to find that one who robbed me brother. Fuck if I know.
There's this place in Novigrad they call the Putrid Grove.
Aye, it's about right.
Well, Novigrad's full of nooks and crannies with odd names. Looking to sightsee, buy a bloody map.
Heard men like you frequent this alley.
And I've heard they fed you all shit and you smiled and ate it. Now, don't mean no offence. Go in peace. Help poor fellow out.
Alright, well, I'm not getting an answer from him.
Buy tomorrow what you can buy today.
Damn mages.
I's a war veteran. Spare me a crown.
The beggar's up there, somehow.
Arms for the poor.
You lame?
No chance. Both legs in perfect order. And me arms, look, like a windmill's wings. There. See me waving them? Looky here. Just look. In my mind, thorough addled.
Been like this long? Addled?
Since me mother birthed me. Here's where it's addled. There. Showing you with me finger. See that? Me indicating.
Healthy as a horse as far as I can tell.
Priests of look, medics, herbalists. All claimed I'm bewildered.
Well, they're wrong.
Matters little either way. Folk are generous to me. They enjoy watching me point. Like this. There. There.
You're happy. That's what counts.
I am. When folk ask me the way, I like that most, because I can point. Like this. There. Ah, because I know my way around the city. Oh, do I ever.
So you gotta know where the Putrid Grove is, right?
Most certainly do. It's where I live. Over the, there. There. That way.
That away. Meaning where?
In Lace Halls. There's this alley, past the gate. Not at all putrid and not a grove. Fools call it that, but I know better.
And anyone can go there?
Of course. Unless he forgets to say the old sow's farrowed piglets. Might not let you in then, but that's easy enough to say. Listen, the old sow's farrowed piglets. See?
Thanks for your help.
Well, sounds to me like we need to go there and say the old sow's farrowed piglets. Gesundheit.
Mutants, blasphemers, kobolds.
Officer, taking a rest from witch hunting. Greetings, Your Honour. Good to see you again.
Bring us the usual.
Of course. Keep this up and you'll earn yourselves a preferential rate.
Good, I enjoy shagging freaks. Three-titted wenches are bad.
Haha.
Open up.
Who are you and what do you want?
Doing some sightseeing. Kinda curious about what's beyond this gate.
My brother-in-law was curious. Worms been eating him for 5 years now.
Take a look. What do you see?
Yellow eyes, pair of swords, mutated killer, methinks.
Heard this place was a meeting spot for oddities.
Heard right. Know the password, get him free. Don't know it, gotta contribute to the Grove's upkeep.
Old sows, farrowed piglets.
No. Welcome to the Grove, brother.
Meet with the King of the Beggars. That's my current objective.
What ails you?
Can't see out one eye.
Picked him as rain.
Thank you, my lord. A right miracle you've worked. I'd like to repay you.
Convince those knaves on the city council that spells are not needed on a whim.
but positively indispensable.
I won't listen, my lord. You're scared of Mingo.
In that case, please convey that if any of them should fall ill, he can stick his head in the flames of the eternal fire. Now, permit me some rest. We must be strong together.
That's a pain.
How are things?
Good. More and more people come to our secret.
About time we made something clear, sorceress.
Yes, high time.
Me and my men will manage just fine without the help of you or any other mages. But you, well, without our help, you're sitting ducks for the temple guard. Who do I spy?
Geralt?
Hey, Triss.
See you two know each other. See you two know each other well. I was curious whether you'd managed to find me, Witcher.
Your spies tell you I was looking for the Putrid Grove?
My skull would be a home for bottom-feeding river fish if I didn't keep an ear to the ground. And please, Putrid Grove? Ugly name for our cosy little hideout, wouldn't you say?
So what would you call this dive?
Dunno. The Garden of Liberty, maybe?
For a man who shakes down beggars and thieves for tribute, you're quite the romantic.
You say tribute, I say taxes. You say thieves, I say hard-working street clerks. See, Witcher, I've got plans, big plans, far-reaching plans to reshape this city head to toe.
Ever thought of seeking a seat on the city council?
City council is a puppet troupe with the hierarchy of the Church of the Eternal Fire as its puppeteer. Until recently, that is, when Radovid and his witch hunters took the reins. The semblance of power don't interest me.
A man with a vision.
One day, the so-called free city of Novigrad will be truly free. But before that can happen, we got to rid it of superstition, farting around about the hallowed essence of the eternal fire. Nonsense for kiddies.
Apparently not. Cheering crowd at the execution. Mostly adults.
Any crowd of rabble will cheer to the stench of burning flesh. But one day, folk will understand the eternal fire's naught but a leash around their necks. They call this place the Putrid Grove, but it's the rest of Novigrad that's putrefied. This here's the last bastion of normality, sanity, reason. I'm actually glad someone like you's found his way to our city, because it will be our city one day, Geralt. Mark my words.
Yours, plural?
Yeah, mine. And me friends. But that's a tale for another time. For now, I'll leave you two alone. Because I can see, well, you clearly need it.
Geralt, I have a lot of things to take care of in town.
I'll be glad to tag along. What's your arrangement? He using you?
Helping me to survive, actually.
6 months ago, if somebody said Triss Marigold would be working for a Novigrad criminal, I'd never believed it.
6 months ago, Triss Marigold partied with someone very dear to her and had to start anew. Hasn't turned out like I imagined. Come on, let me give you a taste of my life.
Madam Sorceress. Beautiful as ever. Damn shame to part.
Don't fret. Bound to be back soon. I take it you're in Novigrad on important business.
Important doesn't do it justice. I'm looking for someone.
More precisely?
Young woman who's like a daughter to me.
Her? Here? No, impossible.
She was here. There are witnesses, evidence. Was hoping you'd heard something. You've been here a while. I need you to help me find something, anything, a trace.
I'll do everything I can, of course. Who might know more?
It's interesting how while Yennefer is very black, Triss is very full of color.
Hello, Klug. Managed to get those magic incense ingredients?
Yes, somewhat with difficulties, you might say. I was walking along the canal with a sack full of goodies for you. Looked up and spied a trio of temple guards coming the other way.
Get to the point, Klug. No time today for one of your long stories.
Wait! A sack full of magicalities and they were coming straight towards me. I don't easily frighten, but I felt a cold sweat on my arse, I did. I'm afraid I had no choice. I dropped the sack in the water. I had to. When asked why, I claimed it contained a dead cat. You shan't believe this, but they believed me.
I need that package, Klug. I've got a contract.
It must be on the canal bed. Luckily, it was heavy enough to sink. I'm sure it'll turn up if you search.
You expect me to pay you, then dive for my goods into that ice-cold filth?
I can do that. Where'd you toss the package?
Near the crane. Second bridge in from the harbour.
I didn't expect such devotion.
Wanted to freshen up anyway. Let's go.
Stop. Hear that? They've come for us.
The fall didn't break until I began to prick his heels. Every man's got his sensitive spots. Interrogated a mage once. Pain couldn't touch him. Tore off his fingernails, crushed his bollocks, nothing. Turned out, he was devilishly ticklish. I placed a beetle on his belly and set a mug atop it. Damn near went mad.
We were lucky this time, but you'd best leave via the sewers. The trapdoor's in the floor.
Take care of yourself, Klug.
Find the secret passage using your Witcher senses, then open it.
There's a draft. Should be an exit. Klug wouldn't have sent us here if there wasn't. Must be a lever on this wall that'll open the secret passage.
Well, I'm going to call an end to the episode here. You know the drill. Click over there. Join me next time as we look for the secret passage and we try and find Triss's stuff. See you then.